Let's be honest, your condo was a great first date, but now you're sleeping on the couch and avoiding eye contact. Here are three signs it's time to break up with those high floors and say hello to a townhome in Oakville. Look, I love a good condo, really, the views, the security, the fact that someone else can check in on your plants while you're on vacation. That's beautiful. But here's the thing no one tells you your home is supposed to work for you, not the other way around. If you're between 35 and 45 living in Oakville or dreaming of moving here, you're probably in that weird middle space. You're not the party crowd anymore, but you're not ready to yell at the kids to get off your lawn either. You're a professional. You've got a good job, maybe a partner, maybe a dog or a cat, maybe just a really nice espresso machine that deserves more counter space. And lately, that condo life, well, it's starting to feel tight, like a pair of fancy shoes that used to feel cool, but now just pinch your toes. So let's talk about the three signs, three quiet little whispers from your wallet and your sanity that say it's time to ditch the high rise and find a townhome. Sign number one, and this one hurts. Ready? Your monthly fees are eating your vacation. I'm serious. Think about it. In a lot of condos, your maintenance fees go up quite a bit every single year. Elevator needs fixing, that's you. New carpet in the hallway, that's you. A fancy new key fob that nobody asked for, yep, that is you. Now, look, a townhome still has fees sometimes, but way smaller. Why? Well, because you own your little slice of dirt. You share a wall or two, but you're not paying for concierge, a pool you never use, or a gym where three treadmills are always broken. Here's the math simple grade five style. Condo fees about $600 a month. That's almost 7 grand a year. $7,000 for what? To store your car on the ground and have someone take your packages. Townhome fee maybe $250 to $300. The rest, you keep it. Or better yet, you put it towards your mortgage or a trip to Portugal or that fancy grill you've been eyeing. Or maybe, just maybe, a better espresso machine. So, sign number one is you look at your bank account every month and think, where did my money go? If that's you, the condo is the leaky faucet. The townhome turns off that drip. Okay, sign number two, and this one is more about feelings than math. You know that moment when you open your kitchen cabinet and a ton of plastic lids just fall on the floor? Or when you bring home groceries and you have to play a game of Tetris just to close the fridge? Yep, that is sign number two. You have simply run out of runway. Now, here's the beautiful thing about townhomes. They kind of lie. They look modest from the street, but then you walk in inside and voila, three floors, including a basement. Mind you, a basement that you can actually stand up in. Powder room for guests so they don't have to walk through your bedroom. And here's a secret sauce a little patch of dirt outside. Now, not a big yard. I'm not talking about farming type land, but I'm talking about a 15 by 20 roughly patch where you can put a bistro table, a plant that you probably won't kill, maybe a little grill, maybe just a chair to drink your coffee and watch the squirrels act crazy. That space, it's not about gardening, it's about breathing. In a condo, your balcony is basically a shelf. You put one chair out there and suddenly you're living in a fire hazard. In a townhome, you get that transition. Inside to outside without taking an elevator, that matters. Especially if you've been working from home and your brain feels like scrambled eggs. So, sign number two, you feel like you're living in a closet that has a nice view. When your stuff starts bullying you every morning, that's the sign. All right, sign number three. This one's a bit spicy when we're talking about noise, but we're all adults here. You know the neighbor upstairs who does tap dancing at 11 p.m.? Or the one next door who watches action movies with the bass so loud your water glass shimmies across the table. Here's the thing about condos. You don't just buy a unit, you buy a lottery ticket for who your neighbors are going to be. And sometimes, well, you lose. In a townhome, you still share walls, let's not pretend, but you only share left and right, not up and down. No one is stomping over your head at 6 a.m. No one's kid is practicing the drums directly above your Zoom call. That freedom, it's quiet, literally. And here's why this matters for you as a professional. You work hard, you deal with people all day long clients, bosses, team members, screaming kids in the back seat, maybe. And when you come home, you need a place that doesn't ask anything from you. A condo asks, please be quiet, please wait for the elevator, and please don't cook fish. A townhome says, hey, you want to play that music? Go right ahead. You want to hammer a nail without asking permission? Well, that's your wall. That little piece of control, it's not small, it's huge. So, sign three, you're tired of apologizing for existing in your own home. If you've texted your building group chat more than 3 times about noise this year, that's not a building problem. That is a sign. All right, sign number four, and this one nobody talks about, but once you hear it, you'll feel it in your bones. Here it is, you can't control your own schedule. Think about it. In a condo, nothing happens when you want it to. The elevator takes forever at 8 a.m. because one of them is out of service. The loading dock is booked solid for about 3 weeks. Want to pick up your package after work? Well, good luck. The concierge is out for break or on patrol, and now your box is sitting in a pile by the door like lost luggage. Need to charge your car? Well, hopefully the shared charger is free. Want to have 5 friends over for dinner? Better hope nobody complains about the hallway noise. How about ping the wall on a Tuesday night? Well, you can't. The rules say quiet hours start at 10 p.m. and your roller counts as construction. Here's the thing about owning a townhome. You park in your own driveway. You walk in your own front door. You don't wait. You don't ask for permission. You don't look or book a time slot to live your life. Feel like blasting 90s hip hop while you cook dinner at 11 p.m.? Go for it. Want to hang a giant mirror at 6 a.m. before work? That is your wall. Want to bring home a kayak on top of your car and just leave it in your garage? Done. That freedom, it's not small. It's not about being loud or messy. It's about respect. Your time is valuable. And a condo makes you spend that time waiting for elevators, waiting for approvals, waiting for the one loading dock to open up. A townhome gives you back those hours every week. That's 2, 3, maybe 4 hours. You're not standing around in the hallway. Over a year, that's like a whole week of your life. So, sign number 4, you feel like you're always on someone else's clock. If you've ever said, I'll just do it tomorrow because the building makes it too hard today, that's not you being lazy. That's your home fighting you. Now, let me tell you why Oakville is the perfect place for this move. Oakville isn't Toronto. You don't need $1 million for a shoebox, but it's also not the middle of nowhere. You've got the lake. You've got great schools if you plan to have kids. You've got the GO train when you need to go downtown. And here's a part nobody talks about. Townhomes in Oakville, they hold their value like gold. Why? Well, because everyone your age is figuring out the same thing right now. They want more space. They want less shared air. They want a tiny backyard to stand in with bare feet. So when you buy a townhome here, you're not just buying a home. You're buying a ticket to the next 10 years of your life. The years where you stop surviving and start actually living. Look, I'm not here to say condos are evil or bad. They're not. They're perfect for some people. Young pros, snowbirds, people who travel 10 months a year. But you're not that person anymore. And that's good. That means you're growing. That means your life is getting richer, fuller, messier, in a good way. And your home should grow with you. So don't feel bad about leaving the condo. Thank it for its service. Then go find a townhome where you can close a door, open a window, and hear nothing but the wind. And maybe a distant lawnmower. That's not giving up. That is leveling up. So here's my question for you, and be honest, what's the one thing in your current home that drives you absolutely nuts every single day, but you've just learned to live with? Comment it below because I bet more people feel the same exact way. And if you're ready to just stop living with it and actually fix it, well, you know where to find me. Thanks for hanging out. See you in the next video.